Hey there, Seb by the Realtor here. In this video, I'm going to answer the question, do open houses actually help you get your home sold? If you're wondering, do you need to do an open house in order to sell your home in the Bay Area, then you definitely want to watch this video. Alright, well before I get into all that, I first want to say thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. But would you do me one huge favor? Would you mash that subscribe button right there and subscribe to my YouTube channel? I sure would appreciate it. And hey, click that little bell to make sure that you get a notification every time I put up a brand new fun, fact-filled video, kind of like this one. Okay, one question I think a lot of homeowners have when they're thinking about selling their houses is, do I need to do an open house in order to get my home sold? And I have proof positive that absolutely you do not. Nobody ever needs to have their house open ever in order to sell your house. It is definitely not a necessity. And how do I know that? I know that because during COVID, there were no open houses for months and months and months. How long was it? Half a year? Something like that. And you know what? Tons and tons and tons of houses sold during COVID just fine without any open houses. So if that's the case, if you don't actually need to do an open house, why even bother doing an open house? Well, that's a very good question. So we've already established the fact that you do not need to do open houses, but why might you want to do an open house? Well, I actually think that doing open houses is certainly a good idea. And the reason why is because the goal is to get as many people in your door as quickly as possible. And showing people by appointment, one by one, that is not always the fastest way to get a lot of people in the door as quickly as possible. So if you have an open house, especially in the first weekend or the second weekend of when a home is on the market, you're going to be able to funnel a lot of people to come into your house in a relatively short period of time. Now, the thing to understand about that open house is that not everyone who comes to the open house is a real buyer. In fact, I put the ratio at about maybe 30% of the people who come into the house are real buyers. Another 30% would just be like neighbors, looky-loos, and then another 30% would be people who are just not qualified to buy your house. And I'd say only about 1/3 of the people, 30% roughly, who come to an open house are in fact actual buyers. But if you have a really hot property, if the price is right and the presentation is good, the photos are awesome, it could be that you would have 20 parties, 30 parties, 40 or 50 parties through your home in one particular day or even over a weekend. And that means if you had, say, 30 parties through, that's 10 real buyers, let's just say, who would otherwise have to be making an appointment, and that would probably be spread out over some period of days. And so it is a way to quickly get a larger number of people in your door as soon as possible. And for that reason, I do recommend that you actually do have an open house, because you do want to have a lot of people come and see your house really as quickly as possible, so you can get ideally multiple offers as quickly as possible, because the truth is, the faster that your home sells, the more likely it is to sell at the highest price possible. Of course, you could be one of these people who really enjoys their privacy and you don't want to have hordes of people coming through your house, most of whom aren't really there to look at your house to make an offer on it. They're just looking at your house and your stuff. And if you don't want that going on, then you don't need to have that at all. The reality is that people who take the time to make a private showing request to see your home are in fact much more likely to be the kind of person who's going to make an offer on your home. All right, that's all I have for this video. Short and sweet for once. I do hope you have enjoyed watching this video and that you did get something out of it. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'm guessing, just a guess, you might also enjoy some of these videos over here. These are some of the most popular videos here on my YouTube channel, so please do check those out. All right, that's all I got for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And please, stay tuned.